I've no doubt. I have no doubt that we have the talent and the boys will go out there and do the job to get it done and get us back where we belong.
Fans needs updates. What is happening with Jamaica World Cup plan? Join Premier 7 right now for the big chat. Greetings and welcome to another episode on Premier 7, everyone. I am your host, Ryan Nelson, coming to you today with a very important topic to awake the space in regards to what is happening with the Jamaica men's national team World Cup plan. That is a question for the Jamaica Football Federation, President Michael Ricketts, Roy Simpson, Rudolph Speed, and all of the other persons who are working on the administrative team. I mean, I am very much concerned as to what is going to happen with the national team, and at this point, I am lost as to what is taking place. Is it that the JFF gave up on the national team's World Cup dreams and killing us with silence? Or is it a case that they're working behind the scenes and waiting on that moment to arrive, whereas we can be given some updates? People, I am here to present on this important topic because I am sure that not only myself as a fan is concerned, but also you are. People, if you're new to the channel, watching it for the first time, you're seeing on screen, I do have 2,694 subscribers. So please go ahead and subscribe. I had a target that I wanted to achieve before December ends. That was to reach 3,000 subscribers. But I am still at this stage. But I believe that you guys will subscribe because Premier 7 is that particular football channel that doesn't present Jamaican contents in an biased manner. And of course, people, if you are already a subscriber, then you know what to do. Continue to watch, like, comment, and share the content so other persons can become engaged with what is taking place. Now, with that out of the way, the topic that I have on board here is fans needs updates. What's happening with Jamaica's World Cup plans? The space is empty. The news is dried. From Jamaica failed to automatically qualify for the World Cup, I think the only thing that we have heard was, oh, Mr. Rudolph Speed is now appointed as the head coach of the national team. What else? The thing is, what I did as a content creator was to bring across some important names that you guys could look at. And if you could run it by the JFF, you're seeing that these players could potentially play for Jamaica. You're seeing that this video was about Jaden Anthony, who plays for Burnley. He's one of the players that I suggest that they can look for. And you're seeing that this video so far has gotten 1,324 views in 3 days. So that means Premier 7 is a very useful YouTube content here. All right. All right. So apart from that, today on the channel, I will be talking about the growing silence, the recruitment questions, momentum matters, what fans want most. Then I will conclude. But before I do that, people, I have a video that I would love to show you regarding to one of our former players and what he thinks about the national team.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt that we have the talent and the boys will go out there and do the job to get it done and get us back where we belong.
So there you're seeing a small clip of our former player, Ricardo Bibi Gardner. He used to play for Bolton Wanderers in the Premier League in the 2000s. And that particular video was him receiving his national award, the Order of Distinction, for his commitment representing Jamaica, for setting a trend, for setting a pattern for, youths and other persons to believe that they can reach new heights if they put their minds to their task. And that was on the 25th of October 2025. That was a time when Jamaica was still in that position to qualify automatically for the World Cup, because November period did not arrive as yet. But that was his belief. Is it a case that even Ricardo Bibi Gardner's opinion has changed surrounding the Jamaica men's national team? Well, let's talk about the growing silence, because we have to start looking at what is next for the national team. When I talk about the growing silence, we normally hear about names that would have been targeted to represent the national team, scouting reports would have been discussed, and conversations would have been acknowledged. This time, the silence feels different, not because fans expect announcement, but because preparation usually shows signs, and right now, those signs aren't visible. It has been more than a month since the automatically qualification process for the World Cup has ended, and we're left ghosted, because whenever Jamaica was around that sweet spot, we used to hear about, oh, are we going to get Mason Greenwood? Oh, are we going to get Gibbs White? Oh, are we going to get this? Are we going to get that? But as of lately, nothing. Normally, persons like myself would discuss how players could fit into the national team, where could they play, how could they uplift our nation. Everything gone silence. And, surrounding conversation as to why is it that Jamaica is playing like this? Why is it that Jamaica is playing like that? McLaren needs to go. McLaren may need to stay. Everything seems to be on the downhill. I need some answers from those persons who are in charge of the national team, because it is not a good look. It's like our thoughts are no longer there as well, seeing that it was being erased by the silence that Jamaica may not qualify for the World Cup, but in others' mind, who I would assume that would be up there, they will be focusing on other things. And even though their minds may be elsewhere, I am still concerned with what is the next step for the national team. Recruitment questions. I just show you guys a Jaden Anthony. Some persons would have said that he should have been in the team from about 3 years ago. I mean, others would say otherwise, that this guy was even calling to play for Jamaica, but he wasn't given the chance. How truthful is that? But we have a lot of players in the diaspora who are eligible to play for Jamaica, but the recruitment process is absolutely slouchy. And if slouchy is a good word, then how about a bad word? It is not performing, underperforming, right? Underperforming. And we have so many players who could play for us. Not all that we want we will get, but we have seen some players come across the borders, like a Bailey Kadamatiri, and Ian Free, and they looked pretty good, but Jamaica still yet to qualify. Jamaica still has to do recruiting. We need more players within our pool who will be there to represent Jamaica, because our midfield is chaotic. I mean, I honestly saying here that if we had Casey Palmer against Trinidad and Curacao, maybe I would be doing a different video right now. We had players who were injured before the game, including Casey Palmer. Players that we wanted did not get at the time because of injuries, like a Dujon Sterling. And players who were performing that did not get a chance, like a Trevante Stewart. So many confusion, so many hard selection. That should be easy. There are overseas based players with Jamaican heritage continuing to progress in England, the United States, and even different parts in Europe. We have players in Netherlands as well, but we're identifying the players, but we're not getting them in. I talk about the push factors all the while. Jamaica has nothing really to pull the players. I guess we need to get some persons in who are more sensitive to how Jamaica needs to progress and sell a project to these players. Because some players are playing regularly. I talked about the Trevante Stewart before. And I am seeing that players are performing when they're not in the country's color. But what happened to them when they're playing for us? Some are stepping up at even club level. So we're seeing progress for them outside of playing for Jamaica. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Recruitment, though, isn't all about being guaranteed. It's all about engagement. If you engage the players rightfully or well, then you can get them in. Have dialogues with the players, send out some better scouts, and keep the pathway open. I mean, I can recall when Rudolph Speed said that if Mason Greenwood wants to play for Jamaica, he would accept it at any time. But some persons did not take that quite well, like an Isaac Hayden and the Amari Bell. Should Jamaica qualify, they wouldn't want Jamaica Mason Greenwood to play. And apart from that, at this stage, they don't want him to play. But did these guys get us over the line? Absolutely not. So I am hoping not only Mason Greenwood will come, but other players who I would love to see. I think I'm going to do a video otherwise about 3 players or 2 players who could improve Jamaican team if they are a part of the selection. But can Jamaica get these players before March comes? I'm not even sure. I am not even sure. I mean, I am not disgruntled, but I'm confused. I'm left in the shadows, in the dust by the JFF. We need momentum. And momentum is what will matter. No one is saying Jamaica has given up on the World Cup, though, but momentum is critical. Other CONCACAF nations are communicating clearly, preparing early, and building continuity. When Jamaica remains quiet, uncertain, and that uncertainty fills a gap, the perception is going to become a reality that we give up. Congo is the second team if we beat Caledonia. And Congo right now is preparing themselves for more games in the African Cup of Nations. So these guys are working and playing as a unit. Unity is strength, and they're playing, building their chemistry even better. So should they come across Jamaica who don't have any camp, but having their players out there like a web, not coming into any system, not having any discussions with what is taking place, what is a step moving forward, then we're not going to qualify people. Congo is playing games together as a nation. These players left the Premier League or in different leagues that they are in and fit into that schedule to play for their country. And yet still Jamaica isn't doing anything. I doubt Jamaica is making any calls to the players who are in the system already. What are the updates? Momentum matters. We are doing a lot of silence. I mean, getting players silently will be revealed one day, but I mean, we as fans, I think, is it a case that we should just say, all right, give up on the World Cup, we're not going, move on. And then we can just forget about the 2 games, even if Jamaica plays. Well, they're going to play one. I guess that is where we're heading, though. What fans want most? What do you want as a fan? What I want is communication. We're not demanding what is taking place inside JFF deeply, but we want reassurance, we want direction, we want updates. Even basic communication builds trust and unity. And unity matters heading into the 2 games, possibly. I mean, common sense, if you're in a relationship, you have to communicate with your next half. If you're at work and your parent is concerned about what time you're going to come in because your normal regular time has passed, You have to communicate. They'll be calling you. It is so simple to communicate, you know. But I think the JFF and the staffs, they're not doing that. They're leaving us in this zone of silence. And it is killing us. It is killing me as a fan. It is killing me as a fan. What is it that we need to know, JFF? You have to tell us. I mean, the fact is that I am a Brazilian fan. Whenever it comes on to World Cups, I rep the Brazilian nation. But Jamaica is more important to me than Brazil. If we can get over the line into that World Cup, how much of a blessing will that be? Isn't it that JFF has lost a lot of money because Jamaica failed to qualify? What is the plan? What is the next step to bounce back from such disaster? The players left us as fans in shambles. Hurricane Melissa destroyed Jamaica for most parts. I mean, some things are happening now to restore the country, but the players and the national program could have made us better off, but they failed. What's next? So, people, I don't wish to spend any more time here talking about the Jamaica Football Federation. I want for them to give us some updates on what is happening with the World Cup plans for Jamaica. Is it that they have given up on us in silence and we're trying to figure out? Or is it that they're working behind the scenes same way? Because it is still December. It is not the new year, is it? Well, let us know. People drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the video. Because when you do, I will respond. So you all take care. Goodbye until we meet again.